The October 5th meeting of the City of Vandalia Council will now come to order. We will have a moment of reflection, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Council, you have before you the council study session minutes of September the 21st, the council meeting minutes of September the 21st, and the special meeting minutes of September the 21st. Are there any corrections or revisions to those? Seeing none, they'll stand approved. We have no communications, petitions, or awards tonight, nor do we have a public hearing. And so that brings us to the comments from interested citizens. So if you would like to make comment to council, would you please come up to the podium, state your name and address for our records, and give us your comment. Good evening.
Good evening. Holly Wiggins, 660 Castle Creek Drive. Just wanted to remind council to let their neighbors and friends know that DP&L still has the cherry tree giveaway. The last day to put the entries in for subdivisions and neighborhoods and small business groups is this coming Friday, the 9th. The application's online or at Northwood or North Dayton Garden Center also has those, and you just have to mail them in to us, and it's up to 100 trees in a neighborhood. And then the city grant is still open. That's open till January, so just keep that in mind.
That's open till January?
That's open till January for the community grants. And then the tree giveaway, which North Dayton's participating in, is Saturday, October 17th, and that's 25 trees. All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Well, I'm glad I came up to hear that news. My name is Linda Breidenbach, and I live on Park Forest Drive in the Foxborough Plat. And I thought I'd take a minute to come up to council and wanted you to know how very much I appreciate everything that's happened in this city with regard to road improvements. It seemed like it went on forever, but the Dixie Drive project is fabulous, and it was inconvenient a lot of the time for the people in Foxborough and everywhere else. But boy, the first time I went up and down Dixie, all of that just melted away. And it looks great, and I would appreciate it if you could pass the word on to the crews that worked that project. It never seemed like a good time to stop and say thank you because you couldn't. And all of a sudden, you know, they had it all striped and then they were gone. So I want to thank you for that. I know you had a part to play in it as far as funding. And also on our street. We've lived in our home for about 43 years. And I've never seen our street look that good before. The new curbing is in, the sidewalks are improved, resurfacing looks great, and I couldn't be happier with the appearance of our neighborhood in particular. So while I'm here, and I haven't been up to address council in a couple of decades, I don't think, I thought I'd also pass on my satisfaction with the engineering department, because when there are properties that it becomes aware that they're not being maintained that the way they should be, I've come up and talked to the engineering department. I can't think of his name right now. But anyway, they get on it pretty quickly and things start to improve. So I want to thank those folks and also our police department, because I can be up in the middle of the night and look out the window, and we're on a little cul-de-sac, and I'll see a patrol car a lot of times just kind of patrolling up and down, and I feel very safe and secure. So I am a very proud Vandalian, and I'd like my city to know that. Thank you for everything you do. So thanks a lot.
Well, Linda, thank you. I think that
John, did you get Mrs. Breidenbach's number and invite her back? Yeah.
well, you know, it is nice every once in a while to have things recognized as being done in a good fashion, so thank you for coming. All right, is there anyone else? Seeing none, we'll go on with the city manager's report. Information items, Mr. Cruzy.
Just one item this evening, Your Honor. Again, Beggars Night is going to be Saturday, October 31st from 6 to 8 p.m. And then the Lions Parade will be held on Tuesday, October 27th at the Sports Complex Baseball Concession Stand, kicking off at 6 p.m. Organizing at 6 p.m. They're going to march off at 6:30, and the parade will conclude in the Vandalia Rec Center Gymnasium.
Sounds like a fun time.
Should be.
Yep. And we have no action items, nor do we have any old business. And that brings us to our first resolution for the evening, and that's Resolution 15-R-84. Would you please read it by title only?
Yes, ma'am. 15R84, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into a 3-year lease agreement with HP Financial Services through CDWG for the 2015 computer lease project.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. Again, the city's current computer lease has expired, and the IT department has received quotes from 2 vendors for a new 36-month lease. The proposed lease is for about 113 computers, laptops, and tablets. That includes a $1 buyout. The equipment being replaced would then be handed down to various departments, and we normally hold on to all of our computers for 6 to 7 years. The IT department, again, has received quotes that are below the U.S. General Services Administration and the Ohio Cooperative Purchasing Program prices. CDWG did submit the lowest quote of $129,352. The annual cost is about $45,387, which we make in monthly installments. The city's previous lease expired in April or May of this year. Therefore, we do have more than sufficient funds available in the 2015 budget to cover a couple months of lease payments here at the end of the year.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion that we approve Resolution 15R84 as read.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Blakely, second by Councilman Lewis, that we do approve Resolution 15-R-84. Are there any comments? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Councilman Ehlers.
Yes.
Councilman Blakesley.
Yes.
Councilman Gerhard.
Yes.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes.
Councilman Brusman.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Farst.
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion passes 7-0. Resolution 15-R-85 by title only, please.
15R85, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into a 3-year agreement with Cincinnati Bell Telephone Company, LLC, for telecommunication services.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. Cincinnati Bell is the city's service provider for telephone data and long-distance services. It is necessary to renew our contract with Cincinnati Bell in order to continue to receive discounted pricing. The new 3-year contract will cost approximately $20,749 annually, depending on usage, which could be up to a 20% savings compared to the previous contract.
Thank you. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion, we approve Resolution 15-R-85.
Second. It's been moved by Councilman Gerhard and second by Vice Mayor Farst that we do approve Resolution 15-R-85. Comments or questions from council members? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Yes, ma'am. Councilman Blakesley.
Yes.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes.
Councilman Brusman.
Yes.
Councilman Ehlers.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Farst.
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. Resolution 15-R-86. Would you please read it by title only?
Yes, ma'am. A resolution waiving the formal bidding process and authorizing the city manager to negotiate and enter into an agreement with Midwest Sculpture Initiative for a temporary 8-piece minimum sculpture exhibit.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. So, Midwest Sculpture Initiative has submitted a proposal to curate and erect a minimum 8-piece temporary sculpture exhibition at the Vandalia Art Park from May 2016 through April 2017. MSI will be responsible for the placement of the pads, the delivery and placement of the sculptures, and the removal of the sculptures and pads upon conclusion of the exhibit. The city will be responsible for providing general liability insurance, with MSI providing secondary insurance. The total cost of this proposal was estimated at $13,352, and funds for the project will be appropriated in the Cultural Arts Fund.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Move that we approve Resolution 15-R-86.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Ayler, second by Councilman Gerhart, that we do approve Resolution 15-R-86. Comments? Questions? Would you please call the roll?
Yes, ma'am. Councilman Lewis.
Yes.
Councilman Bressman.
Yes.
Councilman Ayers.
Yes.
Councilman Blakesley.
Yes.
Councilman Gerhard.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Farst.
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion passes 7-0. Resolution 15-R-87 by title only, please.
15R87, a resolution awarding the bid for the golf course clear well roof removal and replacement project requested by the Department of Parks and Recreation to Structural Systems Repair Group, LLC, in the amount of $133,000, I don't have my glasses. $133,322.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. Again, bids for the replacement of the golf course Clearwell roof were opened on Tuesday, September 15th. The budget for the project is $95,000 for the roof removal and replacement and $14,000 for the replacement of the perimeter fence, for total appropriations of $109,000. However, the perimeter fence is no longer needed due to the design of the new roof. And two bids were received at $83,960 and $122,318 for the base bid. The Parks Department and the architect have spoken with both bidders to make sure that their bids are in compliance with our bid specification. The low bidder has withdrawn its bid after discovering that it omitted several items from the bid. Therefore, the lowest and best bid is from a Structural System Repair Group at $122,318, which is $13,310 greater than our budgeted amount. The Parks Department recommends using funds that were budgeted for cart path repairs to cover our overage.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I move that we approve Resolution 15-R-87 as read.
Second.
It's been moved by Vice Mayor Farr, second by Councilman Blakesley, that we do approve Resolution 15-R-87. Comments?
Just one comment. I was at the Golf Advisory Board meeting last week. Well, I think it was last Monday or Tuesday, and the advisory board was very much interested in the outcome of this, and I told them that it was going to be on the agenda tonight and would go through for approval. So very pleased. They're very much looking forward to getting this fixed, because if we'd continued to let this deteriorate, this would have had a major impact on the golf watering system, which would have really damaged and deteriorated the course over the years. So they were very happy.
Good. Good. Anyone else? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Yes, ma'am. Councilman Bressman.
Yes.
Councilman Ayers.
Yes.
Councilman Blakesley.
Yes.
Councilman Gerhard.
Yes.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Farst.
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. Resolution 15-R-88 by title only.
15R88, a resolution authorizing the purchase of a Bullex Attack digital fire training system and large smoke machine requested by the Division of Fire from Bullex in the amount of $15,000.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. This resolution would authorize the purchase of a fire training simulator at a cost of $15,000. In early 2015, the Division of Fire applied for a Firefighters Support Network grant for a large digital live fire training unit, a high-powered smoke machine, and associated equipment. About a week and a half ago, the chief Follick received an email from FSN asking if we were still interested in those grant funds. In addition to, again, purchasing this equipment, a supplemental appropriation will also be necessary at an upcoming council meeting, since these grant funds were not anticipated and were not appropriated.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Make a motion that we approve Resolution 15R88.
Second.
I hope that is Mr. Lewis.
That was Lewis, yeah.
Okay. It's been moved by Councilman Blakesley, second by Councilman Lewis, that we do approve Resolution 15-R-88. Comments?
Make one that I appreciate the fire department going after grants, as we talked about in the workshop, and how this will benefit in a non-combative way, won't put people in harm's way with this trainer, so I think it's a great piece of equipment to use.
And you should know, huh?
Absolutely. I got out
Okay,
of the business the wrong time.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Yes, ma'am. Councilman Ayers.
Yes.
Councilman Blakesley.
Yes.
Councilman Gerhard.
Yes.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes.
Councilman Brusman.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Farst.
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. Resolution 15-R-89 by title only.
Yes, ma'am. 15R89, a resolution authorizing the City of Vandalia to submit an application for federal MAP 21 funds through the Miami Valley Regional Planning Commission.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy.
Thank you, Your Honor. This resolution authorizes the submission of a funding application to the Miami Valley Regional Planning Commission for the resurfacing of the airport access road within the corporate limits from US 40 south to the Peters Pike Bridge in 2018. The estimated cost of the project is $958,217. The funding application requests $689,841, or 79% of Surface Transportation funds. The city's financial responsibility for this project, if funded, would be $268,376, or 21% of the project.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Move that we approve Resolution 15-R-89 as read.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Ayler, second by Councilman Bressman, that we do approve Resolution 15-R-89. Comments? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Yes, ma'am. Councilman Blakesley.
Yes.
Councilman Gerhard.
Yes.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes.
Councilman Brusman.
Yes.
Councilman Ayers.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Farst.
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. Resolution 15-R-90 by title only, please.
15-R-90, a resolution authorizing the utilization of a health savings account, HSA, by city employees under the city's Section 125 cafeteria plan for pre-tax salary reduction election with respect to any employee contribution towards said HSA, further authorizing the finance director to make a contribution on behalf of the city to the HSA of any participating employee.
Thank you very much. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. Again, when the city received quotes for its health insurance program renewal, again, we asked our broker to quote a high-deductible health plan with a health savings account as an option for employees. Because of the way that HSAs work, it was determined to implement the HSA option on January 1 rather than July 1st. Under the HSA proposal, the city would contribute the following amount toward an employee's HSA account. It would be $750 for someone who chooses single coverage, and $1,500 for employee spouse coverage, employee child coverage, or family coverage. Again, this resolution would authorize the city to contribute a payment to the HSA account of those employees that select the health savings account health insurance option.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion, we approve Resolution 15-R-90 as read.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Bressman, second by Councilman Ayers, that we do approve Resolution 15-R-90 as presented. Comments? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Yes, ma'am. Councilman Gerhard.
Yes.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes.
Councilman Brusman.
Yes.
Councilman Ayers.
Yes.
Councilman Blakesley.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Farst.
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. We have no ordinances in their first reading, so that brings us to an ordinance in its second reading, and that is 15-18. Would you read it, please?
1518, an ordinance approving a major amendment to the planned unit development for the property located at 80 Clubhouse Way and owned by Pete and Susan Stodd in the RSF 3 district with a PUD overlay.
Thank you. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. Again, the owners of this property are requesting a PUD major amendment to allow a third accessory structure at 80 Clubhouse Way, where a maximum of 2 accessory buildings is permitted. Due to the slope of the grade, the applicant is proposing to construct an accessory structure in the void beneath the existing deck at the rear of the residence. The structure will be located between the east end of the deck and the pool. The Planning Commission reviewed this request at its September 1st meeting and unanimously recommended approval.
Thank you. Since this is an ordinance in its second reading, we have a public hearing, which I am opening up now. And so if there's anyone in the audience who would like to speak about this ordinance, would you please come up to the podium, state your name and address for our records, and give us your statement? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and ask for a motion.
I'll make a motion, we approve ordinance 15-18 in its second reading.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilman Gerhardt, second by Councilman Bressman, that we do approve ordinance in its second reading, 1518. Any comments? Seeing none, would you please call the roll?
Yes, ma'am. Councilman Lewis.
Yes.
Councilman Bressman.
Yes.
Councilman Ayers.
Yes.
Councilman Blakesley.
Yes.
Councilman Gerhardt.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Farst.
Yes.
Mayor Setzer.
Yes, and the motion carries 7-0. We have no emergency ordinances this evening, and that brings us to reports from boards and commissions. And we have the Board of Zoning Appeal minutes of June the 24th, 2015. Any comments about those? Seeing none, that brings us to council comments. Mr. Schaefer.
Ms. Mayor and members of council, I have nothing to report other than that Mr. McDonald continues to, with his normal course of medication, which was going to go for another couple of weeks. 6 to 8 weeks recuperation, another operation. And if all goes well, it'll be 100%. We all have our fingers crossed.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much. Mr. Cruzy?
Thank you, Your Honor. Just one item. Again, I had advised council that as a result of the Ohio Attorney General's lawsuit against Cargill and Morton Salt over their rock salt prices from 2008 through 2011, the city was going to be receiving $7,969.09 as part of that settlement. Well, the check came in the mail today.
All right.
Wow.
Nice.
That was good news.
Quicker than we anticipated.
Wow. Great. And we'll start with Councilman Ayers.
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Bressman?
Nothing tonight.
Councilman Lewis?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Councilman Blakesley?
Nothing tonight, thank you.
No comment.
Vice Mayor Forrest?
Nothing this evening, thank you.
Oh my gosh, I have several things. Oh.
We don't want to steal them from you.
I know. You usually do. The first one was if you didn't have an opportunity to get to the Senior Citizens Bazaar this past Saturday, you missed out because you would have seen me cleaning tables. But that's I love doing that. But their food was very, very good, and it was a good turnout also. If you haven't looked, Castle Hills has a new website, and it's very good. If you haven't taken a look at it, do take a look at it. And then the Firehouse Open House, that was interesting also. And we talked with the fire department about some of the things that some of us are neglectful about. And I found out that I was neglecting the changing of my battery in my fire detector. So I guess some of you were here when Jack Shirley would always bring it up. So I'm bringing it up this time only because I was neglecting my duty there. So anyway, with that, if no one else has anything, we are adjourned.